Well, hello, Cover Town friends. How y'all doing? It's late. It's real late for me, but you'd think I could do better on a Saturday, but I haven't. It's almost 15 to 9, but that's okay. Y'all probably give up for today. I'd given up. I thought you ain't gonna be able to do no video today. There's a few folks joining, people still up this late time. It's so late, I've switched over to ice water. I drank coffee last night too late. And let's just say sleep wasn't there at the right time. I was awake, at 2. Sometimes coffee bothers me a little. Sometimes it don't. That's the reason I don't do it on nights when I really, really have to get up early. Or I just wake up early automatically, but I try to do coffee through the week. I try to cut it off by 8:30 or 8. Last night I was drinking coffee at 10 o'clock. And I was real sleepy, and I went to sleep, and I thought, I was sleeping good. Slept real good. From about 11:30 to 1. And from 1 till daylight, I wasn't sleeping. So that coffee had kicked in. I don't know. Sometimes, if you ever gone to sleep and you sleep so hard that you just get all your rest in just a few hours, and then you're up and at it. Well, I've had all kinds of obligations come up today. Nothing bad. Nothing. Just took up my time. I didn't go to the farmer's market this morning. I think Mama did. Mama, did you go to the farmer's market?
Yeah.
Mama went to the farmer's market. What was down there?
There was very little of anything down there.
Farmer's market probably is coming to an end. Mama, you did eat earlier, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
What'd you eat?
I ate some hash browns.
You ate hash browns. Do you want some of the salad?
No, sir.
I'm gonna have the rest of the salad. It's late. It's too late for salad, I guess. I don't know. It don't really bother me. But it's here and it's ready, and I'm gonna throw these tomatoes right in here. Mama, you want some of the salad?
No, thank you.
So you ate hash browns.
Yeah.
Now, how on earth did you come up with hash browns for supper?
Well, I was going to fix me something like potato soup, and I thought, well, them little shredded hash browns will cook in just a few seconds.
So you went the hash brown route.
I went the quick way.
I forgot I had an obligation today, and then I forgot I had 2. Oh, I need a personal assistant. I need somebody to say, John, get ready. You have to be at such and such in an hour.
I told you to hurry. Did that help?
You told me to hurry after I told you I forgot about
Meetings.
And you were like, well, you better hurry.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, Mama, that's sage advice. So I've got 40 minutes before I'm supposed to be there, not just ready to go. And that required another shower and everything. So I've been out kind of, rousting about this morning, and I didn't really plan on going nowhere else. You know how you are. Anyhow, I made it. Everything was great. I'm just now getting home. And I didn't even take time to eat supper.
You did good.
And I'm hungry.
I guess you are hungry.
Because we didn't have a formal lunch.
Oh, no.
Do you know what formal lunch is? Don't think we're fancy or nothing. I just said that we didn't have a formal lunch. A lot of times on Saturdays, we don't eat a real lunch. Mama may come through and get hungry, and she'll snack around. I'll come through and get hungry, and I snack around. And that's kind of what we did today. And you know what my formal lunch was today? Y'all will never guess in a million years.
Oh, I know what you had.
What I had, Mom?
You ate a cucumber earlier.
This is red onion. I'm popping it in here. It'll probably keep me up instead of the coffee tonight. If I'm going to be kept up, I want to be kept up by coffee. I mean, just really.
You'll be pouring your cup to make sure.
That I was awake all night last night.
I know it.
I didn't do too good on sleeping. How did you all do? Now that's just some red, purple onion and tomatoes on top of that leftover salad from last night. And I'm eating it around the bowl because I'm not dirtying another bowl. And this is some onions. That was onion. This is some cucumbers. When I showed y'all the other day how to de-seed those for cucumber spread, that's what this little bag is. I didn't waste them. I'm going to eat them on my salad. Mama, you sure you don't want to eat chicken or salad? Or?
No, sir.
I feel bad for eating in front of you, but I would feel worse if you had waited on me to eat.
Well, I couldn't wait on
Because I instructed you severely.
I
Mom,
wouldn't.
do not. But I figured you'd eat these potatoes.
You know, I forgot about them.
You want to eat these now?
I'm full.
So what did you do? How did you do your hash browns?
I just poured them out of the bag and fried them a few minutes. It was frozen hash browns.
Mama comes
and
up with
the shredded type, which cooked really fast.
Mama comes up with all kinds. There's a halo, Mama. You got a halo over your head.
How?
Yeah, look right here. Let me clean you. I hate to do that, but I'm going to because that's driving me nuts.
I can't see that halo.
Well, it was probably.
It's a lot of.
It wasn't a real halo, Mama. It was where I had something on the
No,
view.
I couldn't see nothing.
Mama, you didn't get a real halo.
Oh no, I wanted a real one.
Maggie's coming here even at 8:50 to drink while we're videoing. Maggie's going to be in the shot, ain't she?
She's gonna be heard anyway.
She's a doll, baby. I wish she would let me hold her and bring her up here and just see how cute she is. But she's just mean. You should all be held. What did you all eat? Mama had hash browns.
I was gonna have a baked potato, and I remembered I didn't get the sour cream.
Did you have any protein?
No, I didn't.
No. Because I wasn't here to tell her to eat some protein. That's the truth. Tell it, Mama.
Yeah. I told you I had something quick and fast. I was gonna eat a sandwich, and I thought, well, I'll eat me some. I was really.
You was going to eat a sandwich, and you ate hash browns, and you had perfectly good red potatoes, and chicken galore here.
I forgot about all
You're going to have protein and chicken. There's a little bit of red potatoes, which would have been like a hash brown. Look how good that browned. And had a good supper.
in my mind.
This is what all leftovers end up here.
Is that your fork, or do I need to get your
That's
fork?
my fork. Folks, that's a downtown salad.
That's a huge.
They probably wouldn't have stuck those cucumbers on the side, but I did.
No, they wouldn't have stuck it like that.
I'm going to bless this, Mama, and I'm going to eat it because I'm starving.
Oh, bless it.
You're going to bless it with me? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. And dear Lord, we just thank you for your many blessings. Thank you for the nourishment of our bodies, dear Lord. Watch over and protect us, Lord. Be with all the prayer requests that are out there and be with all the people suffering and hurting. In your precious name we pray. Amen. All right. Folks, that's a downtown salad. Now, that might be a 9 o'clock at night salad, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes you can do right and get on time with a meal or whatever, and sometimes you can't. You gotta do what you gotta do. What is it you always say, Mama? That's life.
That's right. Life works out that way sometimes.
That's life. Deal with it. Right, Mama?
That's right.
I'm gonna start with this crunchy cucumber. I'm gonna put a little pepper on him too.
Oh, goodness.
I love pepper on cucumbers. Maggie, how are you, darling? Did you miss me? Was Mama good to you while I was gone?
She ain't done nothing but slept. I had to be good to her. Well, that is crunchy.
You want one?
No. 9 o'clock or 8, yeah, 9 o'clock. No.
Don't judge me, Mama. Mama's judging me for eating so late.
No, I just can't eat that like that late.
I don't know if I can or not. This is a palate. We're testing it out right tonight. I know I said we'd probably be on today. I thought we was going to go to the farmer's market. I had something else come up this morning. I couldn't go. Mama said she was going on. She went early. Then, in the middle of the day, I worked around here some. And then it dawned on me, I have to go to a meeting. too late. But I hurried. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm even drinking water tonight, Mama.
It's desperate times. No coffee, eating this late.
I normally drink coffee or water one. So, and then normally at night I'm drinking water. Usually by 9 o'clock every night I'm drinking water.
Oh, you drink a lot of water.
I do try to drink a lot of water. But it really does come natural to me because I love it. These onions. It'll be the onions or the cucumbers one that'll get me tonight.
Well, just give them a fight change. Don't put them down before you eat them. Like I do. I do it all the time. You usually don't have much trouble with stuff like that.
No. And as tired as I am tonight, we'll have to rock me to sleep tonight. Homemade lasagna.
Ooh,
Andrea,
that
Mama could have
sounds-
fixed me some of that today. I had a Bobby one of her
Oh, well,
dial called, I can't read all that.
that right.
Green onion salad dressing. Maria, I do have it in there, but this is that, Mama, tell me what that is again.
Sweet onion citrus dressing that come with the salad.
Mm-hmm. Mama knows. Sweet onion citrus dressing that came with that salad. If you didn't watch last night, this is a market side salad. And this one's called sunflower bacon?
Yeah, something like that.
Sunflower
Sunflower seed.
Sunflower seed bacon salad. It's from market side. You'll see they have several of them. I've not got one yet that I didn't like. We put this one in this bowl last night, put it in the refrigerator. It didn't wilt or anything. It stayed just as fresh.
Even that slice of tomato you left on.
That's what I was trying to say. Even the tomato was good. Mama, I feel bad eating in front of you.
Oh, don't feel bad. I've done ate. I ate without you. I didn't feel bad, but you wasn't sitting there watching.
I never would eat without my daddy.
Oh, it never would.
All growing up, he got stuck in traffic one night, a big wreck. He was like 3 hours late getting here.
We waited.
We waited, and I just wouldn't eat without him. And he said he got so mad that we waited, but I think he was kind of pleased too that we loved him that much. But it just didn't feel like supper without Daddy. So I would always just wait on Daddy to eat, no matter what time it was. So, but I have instructed Mama all my grown life, don't you ever wait on me to eat. You eat, if you fix it, go ahead and eat. And she has learned over the years she's had to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's
I'd be
unpredictable.
so hungry waiting on your daddy, and you'd say, I'm a waiting woman. Well, I'd feel bad and I'd wait too.
I would be very mad if I came home and you'd waited, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Mama, I mean, I want her to eat regular, and if she's hungry, eat. Don't wait on me. Just like tonight. You can sit and talk to me and watch me eat.
I couldn't wait until 9 o'clock.
Mm-mm. Never. I got this out of the refrigerator when I was in there in case I needed backup. And you all got me on this. Ken's Steakhouse Honey Mustard. I was just doing the Vidalia onion. And I tried their Thousand Island and I tried their ranch, I think. But y'all got me hooked on this, and this is some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored by Ken's or Walmart.
What
or
did
anything.
we eat before by the,
Sweet Vidalia onions.
Sweet
We'll still buy it. But this is so good, especially with chicken if you've not tried it. But there's enough of this in a little pack. I didn't know if there would be. That there's plenty of dressing here. When I looked at it, I thought there's not much in there. But there is, and it's good. Thank y'all for eating with me tonight. Is anybody else eating tonight? Or y'all just, like Mama watching me eat because it's incredibly too late to be eating?
unless their time's a lot different from ours, they won't be eating, I don't know. But you know, olden times they eat around 8 o'clock or something. A lot of people did.
I always think it's interesting on movies. They'll have dinner at 8.
Mm-hmm. Made it to the restaurant at 8 or 9.
Yeah, or they'll have a date and they'll say, he's picking me up at 8:30. We're going out to eat. And I think, gosh, what time is it now?
We ate early.
We're country. Even on a date night, you know, we're eating at 7.
You eat early and get back in bed.
Mama, these are your cucumbers, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They're crisp.
They're a lot different from the lemons. They weren't crisp and good.
Not terribly. I do see your phone's ringing.
I know it. That's my sister. I better go answer it. I called her earlier.
You coming back in here?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
Go ahead, maybe.
We'll try to wait on you, Mama, unless she's get to talking big.
She'll think something's wrong if she's not getting it.
Yeah, she'll be upset. Especially this late. What are y'all eating? Hello from Bristol, Tennessee. Connie, you're just right there. You're just right up the road. Have some peanut butter and a glass of milk, Mama. Yeah, Mama will eat. She's not going to bed for another hour or so, but before she goes to bed, we'll get her some peanut butter on graham cracker. And that holds her over. Just one. And it holds her over tonight and stabilizes that blood sugar pretty good. Hi, John and Momma from Ohio. Hi, Diane. How are you? Love watching you guys. Well, thank you, Diane. Graduation party. See more is all I get there, Diane. It won't let me see more. Until I get off from here, then it will. Hey, John and Momma. Hey, Sharon. How are you? Made a beautiful pineapple. Oh, Alice. Pineapple upside down cake. I love it. Church picnic tomorrow. I love church picnics too. Hello from Michigan. Hey, Karen. Church picnics are an important part of fellowship. Hello from Blue Ridge, Georgia. Doris, we've been to Blue Ridge before. I'm frozen, Joseph. Am I frozen? Anybody else? I hope not. If y'all can see me, send some thumbs or some hearts or something so I know I'm not frozen. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Somebody's asked about Mama eating. Mama ate earlier. I don't know how much earlier. She had hash browns. That girl. I got. Now, if I had been here, I would highly recommend it that she eat some protein. Y'all hear me?
You're talking about me. I caught you.
Mama was talking about a girl on here.
You're just talking about me. Caught you.
I thought you was going to talk to your sister, Mama.
I told her I'd call her back, and I did. I come back in here to stay with you a minute.
To keep me from talking about you?
Yeah, I caught you talking about me.
Well, it ain't nothing I would have said to your face. I would have told you to eat some protein earlier. Like I would have said, hey, Mama, that chicken is still in there.
Yeah.
And you would have said, well, I guess I could eat a piece of that chicken.
I might have ate a piece if I thought of it, but I didn't think of it.
I call her sometime during the day and I said, what are you going to eat for lunch? I don't know. I might just eat peanut. Mama, we had...
Peanut butter's protein.
I'm okay with that. But I said, Mama, we had meatloaf and mashed potatoes and peas left over. Or, Mama, there's pork chops in there. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, I might eat one of them. I come home, Mama, what'd you have?
Peanut butter. Didn't I?
One time I got real smart. So I would divide the leftovers up in these little Tupperware sectional bowls that we had. This'll work. I'd make my lunch and I'd make Mama's lunch. And I'd say, now, Mama, there is your lunches in that refrigerator. So when lunchtime comes, you get that out and eat it. Okay, that sounds good. I'd come home. Mama's lunch would be in the refrigerator. she'd either say, well, I forgot about that, or I didn't want that, or I decided this, or I just ate a late breakfast. Or so I would take her lunch for my lunch the next day. While we had that night, I'd fix her lunch again. It just worked out where I was eating the same thing for lunch 2 days in a row.
So
all the
you
time.
quit doing it.
So I quit doing it. And Mama said, I could have told you that. But you seem so pleased with yourself fixing them up like that. I just let you go.
If you don't want something, you don't want it.
I know, Mama. I want you to do what you want to, as long as you do what I tell you to.
Yeah, I hear that.
I've told y'all many times, Mama don't, we go on, we cut up. Mama eats pretty good, really. And we cut up, but Mama does what Mama wants to do, and that's it. Some of y'all say, Mama don't act like she even wants to be on there. I think John makes her, and I laugh. I laugh every time one of y'all say that because you just don't know Mama. You couldn't make Mama breathe oxygen if she did want to. And people who know Mama would say, he ain't making her do nothing. Ain't that the truth?
Why, no. I usually do what I want to do.
Daddy used to say, see if you can do something with her. I can't get no sense talking into her. I was telling her this morning, she's got a thing on her phone that says she's driving.
Are you driving?
Are you driving? So she don't normally answer when she's driving because it's illegal.
I don't answer it much. Just if it's you, mostly.
So I hate to call her. I said, Mama, if I ever need you, like you got to answer this phone. If I hang up and call right back, you'll know that it's an emergency. But if I just call and ring and then I hang up, you don't hear no more, don't answer it.
I don't most of the time. I just every once in a great while pick up.
And even if it's an emergency, pull over on the side of the road and answer it.
I do. You know, I told you about the mailman wanting to know if I was having car trouble. One day I pulled over to answer your call.
But Dad said, you're going to have to quit calling her when we go somewhere. I said, well, why? You know, if you think pick up something or... Because she's fumbling around that purse and weaving all over the road. She's going to get us killed. You calling?
No, I made it all done good.
And I said, all right, I won't call no more. I'll call you. Make sure you answer your phone. Well, if I hear it, I'll answer it, he'll say. He never heard it. He never could hear his phone. He is forevermore saying, well, somebody's calling me. But he would tell me, don't be calling your mother. She fumbles around that old pocketbook and swerves all over the road. Oh, mercy, he was a mess.
There he was.
He'd say, well, you don't hear a bit to shake a feller's belly out, do you? Or you don't hear a bit to shake a feller's organs loose.
Jar every bone in a man's body.
You jar every bone in a man's body. He'd say. I said, Daddy, it's the road. Uh-huh.
And we'd slow down for the railroad crossings, and he'd say, you don't have to jump down railroad crossings.
Well, I don't know why you didn't just jump that as fast as you was going. You wouldn't be going that fast.
You jumped the railroad tracks one time with me in there.
Mama.
Yeah, you did. You know, you was playing Dukes of Hazzard and hollered out.
Go ahead and tell the whole story, Mama.
That whole story. You was real young then. You wasn't even old enough to get a permit or nothing.
That's right. She was letting me drive at 13.
Younger than that, I guess you was 12 or something.
Mama and I have always just cut up and joked and carried on all the time. So I was driving a tractor at 9.
In the truck through the cornfield.
In a truck in the cornfield and the hayfields at 9. So it wasn't a far stretch for me to drive at 12 and 13 on the road. So about a mile and a half down the road, she would stop and I would circle around and she'd scoot over and I'd drive her car. And to beat it all, you got to picture it. Let's set this scene. It was a family station wagon. You know.
But it would fly.
Some of our parents had them in the 70s and 80s. They call them SUVs now, but they just raised them 3 inches and call them that. They were station wagons then too. But it was a station wagon. Picture an SUV lowered to the ground. So it was one of those times when I was driving, 12, 13, and Dukes of Hazzard was big on Friday nights. And this just happened to be on a Friday evening. So I'm going, there's a long, narrow straightaway. And then there's some railroad tracks. And back then, the road was new. So now it's smooth. They've, now they're just level. But back then, you went up a little hill to the railroad tracks, over the railroad tracks, and down a little hill.
A slope, not a hill.
I thought, I'd seen it every Friday night. I said, "What's this, Mama?"
Oh, Lord.
And she's going, Johnny, no. I hit those railroad tracks, and we went airborne.
And you hollered whatever.
Yeehaw! Of course, that's what I hollered. Well, old Stricty here, she wanted to be real mad and give me what for. But she got tickled and she couldn't. Like this right here. And she was going, "Don't you do that no more." And she just laughed all the way home until she could tell Daddy on me. But she liked it because she's a speed demon. But I think you did like it. You probably secretly had been wanting to do that.
Somebody said, "Did you whip him for doing that?" I said, "Why would I whip him when I was the one letting him drive and do it?"
Didn't hurt nothing.
My daddy said, "I won't whip you for something I do myself." So I figured I would have done that myself if I was young enough.
Mama and Dad were strict, but they had a way about them. Like, when I got older, I never had a curfew. They never gave me you be in by 10 o'clock. Never. Just get in as early as you can, blah, blah, blah. So Mama worked, she got up at 5 o'clock every morning. And we were out late one night. It was 11:30 going on 12. And I come hauling in. There sat Mama in the living room with a light on. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "Now, I'm not going to go to bed till I know you're home safe. When I know you're home safe and you're in bed, I can go sleep. So I'll just sit here and wait on you." Well, Lord, that just branded me for life. So from then on, she'd say.
That was better than fussing me.
She didn't fuss it out. She said, "I'm glad you're home. Good night. Love you." Went to bed. And I thought, I'd have kept her up. And she has to get up early. So from then on, by 10 o'clock, I was home. Because I knew Mama would be sitting there waiting. I knew she'd have to go to bed by 10 o'clock. Brainwashed me as a child. That's what they did. Dad would never say to me, "Now, don't you get out and do this and do that and do that." But he would say, "Now, when you're out there, you remember who you are and whose son you are. And your name is the only thing that you can take with you. And whatever your name becomes is what it'll be. Now, you make sure you protect. Don't let people be saying, 'There goes that Davis boy. That's Don Davis's boy.'" And he always made it clear to me that you should be upright and a good person.
No matter where and when it was at.
No matter what you're doing. And that always just stuck with me. So they had a kind of a modern approach to raising kids. Because I don't ever remember a curfew. I don't ever remember being told, "You better not do this, you better not do that." I just always was told what it would look like if you did do that, or how it would hurt them if they ever heard of you doing that, or how disappointed they would be.
And how embarrassing I would be.
That's the word. Don't embarrass me. So that's the reason you hear me say sometimes, "Mama, don't embarrass me in front of my friends." Because Mama would say to me when we were out somewhere, straighten up, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. And I knew right then, you better behave. So,
how you act and behave was a reflection on me and your daddy. So I always taught you better not embarrass us.
So that was sort of the psychology behind it. So my curfew was Mama's bedtime, and she didn't even have to tell me. And if I was going to be out any later at all, I would call and say, hey, it's going to be about 10 or 15 more minutes. You going to bed, I'll come in and wake you up when I get there. And
you always called and told me where you was at or which way Jens was going, so I would know.
I know. Boring. We are flat boring. The more I talk to you all, the more I realize we're just boring.
That wasn't boring. That was
We're simple.
That was courtesy of you to tell us, so we wouldn't look.
I know. I was a courteous child, Mama. Mama, you're in the other room. Can you come in here? Hey, Mama, come in here.
I'm just all run back.
The angle on this camera, Mama is literally sitting next to me. But when she's little, all she's doing is moving this far, but it looks like she's in the other room. It's the angle of the camera, and if we don't turn it this way, it can't get both of us at the same time.
Oh.
And I have told Mama, you sit in the front. I'll sit. No, she won't have it.
I can't read it, no way.
She's nice. No, just forget it. You just do it, and I won't even be in there. No, Mama.
You're picking on me. You talked about me, now you're picking on me.
I love you, Mama.
Yeah.
And I thank you for being a good parent.
Well, thank you.
And I thank Daddy for being a good parent. And for raising me right.
We tried our best to raise you.
And now I see the struggle because I'm trying to raise you right now, Mama.
You are.
I told somebody one time, I said, if I knew how hard it was
You told me and your daddy that one time, a long time ago.
I did tell him that. I said, if I knew how hard it was to raise parents, I would have started earlier.
Yeah.
Now, Dad was my difficult child. As time went on,
We've had a hard time with him at times.
Dad, he was always in control, and he always did his thing. As he got sick, he would get very discouraged because he couldn't do everything. And you'd have to walk him through that a little bit, but you couldn't just tell Dad to get over it and go on. You had to let him decide to. And some of y'all may think this is mean of me, but I'm going to tell you a little story. So he was on dialysis, and at the time I was living in Nashville, and I would come home on the weekend. Well, Mom and Ari called me and said, this was Friday evening, he says he's not going back to dialysis. Just ain't going back. Said he's even told the nurses at dialysis to give up his spot and told his ride don't to pick him up. He ain't going no more. I said, well, they won't do that. They'll know. And so I called them. And I said, he's had a rough week and he's down. And he says he's not coming back, but we're not giving up his spot. I said, okay. So I come home, and he was glad to see me, and he was fine, in a good mood even. So he tells me Saturday morning, I came over here for something. He said, did your mommy tell you? I said, tell me what? He said, I ain't going back to dialysis. I said, you're not going back? What happened? Did they come up with something new? No, I just ain't going back. And I said, so you know what that means? Yeah, I'll live as long as I live. When the Lord gets ready for me, I'll go. I said, okay, that'll be 7 days at the most. And you won't even be awake during most of that because your body will start shutting down after 3. You know how hard time you have on Mondays sometimes. And he said, well, that's the way it is, that's the way it is. I just ain't going back. I knew if I told him, yeah, you're going back, I'd have a battle, and he may not go back, at least on Monday. So we talked around a minute, and I said, Dad, I understand what you're doing, but I've got a really, really hard week next week coming up at work. Could you go one more week for me? And you can quit next weekend. I'll think about it, he said. So he did. And so Sunday I get ready to go back to Nashville. And I said, so what'd you decide? And he said, well, since you have a hard week, I'll go this week. But you better get your stuff in order. Oh, yes, sir, I will. So I went back to work. He went back to dialysis. And he never mentioned it again.
Not till it got worse.
Not so good. Years later, he did. But you had to allow him to decide, because I guess he felt so... He felt so trapped by having to go to dialysis 3 times a week. And some of y'all out there may feel the same way. That occasionally he had to decide he wasn't going to go, so he would know he had an option, as bleak as it was. So he could decide, yeah, I'm going to go do my treatments, so he wouldn't feel so forced. So sometimes even when we know what we have to do, we know where we have to be, sometimes you want that feeling of freedom. And you want to be able to say, I decided.
I'm in control.
I'm in control. So we went through that a couple of times with him over the years, but that one time in particular, he went back just for me, he said. But that gave him another week, and the girls, you know, they babied him and treated him good. They always did. If y'all are out there listening, we thank you. And he was fine the next week. Didn't even talk about not going back. But he was strong. So strong. Whew. Strong man. And it was just a lot for him to take in once he couldn't do everything he wanted to do. So we had some funny things over the years where he would boss some situations. And one time he was coming in and out of we had a carport then, and had a little step, and then another step. And he was coming in and out pretty good. And then he got to, it just wasn't working good for him. So I knew if we started talking about building a ramp, he would get mad and say he didn't need one. Don't start that business. What do y'all think? I ain't going to be here long? You know, he would get in all tore up. So he went one day, and the guys who do a lot of work for us, I had already told them, I said, why don't you come up one day and build him a ramp? And they said, okay. So they came up and built a great ramp. The wood went all the way out in the carport, good angle for him. And he had a ride that he would get, and he would come in. And so he came in, and he came walking slowly across the driveway.
The van driver told him,
said, looks like you've got a new ramp. And he said, yep, that's a good one. And he came across the ramp and said, that's exactly what we've been needing.
Built it just like he said.
You built that just like I wanted it. And he said, and that'll be handy for your mother too when she has to go get groceries. I said, well, that's really the reason we did it, because she can't lug up and down them steps with groceries when she comes in. So it worked out fine, and he was tickled to death with it. But had we have approached it from, you need a ramp, we're going to put in a ramp, he would not have had one under any circumstances. He would have climbed in a ladder in his bedroom window before he would have used it, because he was strong-willed. But we had to do that every once in a while, didn't we, Mama?
Just a gun on him, as they say.
Yeah, Mom would say, you'll have to work it out, make it his ideal, and he'll be fine with it. Mama, you got anything you want to add? I've talked their ear off.
I know it. You're just
Didn't even know we were going to go down that road, but sometimes that's just what kitchen talk is.
Yeah.
When you get around the table and you start eating, one subject leads to another.
Yeah, that's right.
And I gave you a break for a minute, Mama. I was talking bad about you.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
I would never talk bad about my mom, and anything I tell on her, it's either for her own good or just for fun. Just for fun. Mama, you got to add anything? You want to tell any stories on me?
No, I'll be good tonight.
Tonight?
I'll stay awake tonight thinking of bad ones to tell them.
Well, come on back to the room, Mama. Come on
I
back.
could tell them about your bath and your chickens. I could tell them about
Mama, don't tell that one. Ooh.
I could tell several things.
That was one time OCD was not my friend. Kids, what won't they do? Folks, we're going to say good night. You have a blessed night. Sorry we went on here like I'd planned. This is the reason you should not make plans.
That's right.
And I should not even set anything last night, because really and truly my plans today was totally different than what happened. I had planned on getting up, going. I told Mama, I said, we may go live 2 or 3 times tomorrow, because I want to go to the farmer's market. And if there's not a big crowd, we'll go live. And I said, then I need to go down to the Riverside. And if John Douglas is there, we may go live there with him. And I said, and then when I go to the big store and get some more salad kits, I'll show them the salad kits that they have. And she said, well, it'll be in a short time, because we'll do the farmer's market, then we'll do the produce, and then we'll go over and get the salad kits. And I said, okay, that sounds good.
None of it worked out.
Nothing went to plan today. And here I am. You would have thought I could have done better than eating at 9 o'clock on a Saturday. No time.
It's a 9:30 almost now.
I know.
So
You've talked so much.
You've really went on and on.
Oh, you've really helped them on a lot tonight, Mama.
It's all your doings.
You got to have your cracker and peanut butter before we go to bed.
Oh, I ate kind of late.
Well, you still need a little cracker and peanut butter, because you know what hash browns are? A starch.
Surely not.
And you know what that'll do to your blood sugar?
Hitler done all it's going to do.
Did you eat several hours ago?
Yeah.
Well, you still got to have a little graham cracker
I ate
peanut butter.
3 hours or longer.
You still need a little graham cracker peanut butter.
I'll eat something before I go to bed.
Graham cracker peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
Oh, folks, it's a circumstance here all the time, ain't it, Mama? I do make plans for tomorrow. Oh, here we go. If you get a chance, join me in the morning for Sunday School highlights in the morning between 9 and 9:30. And if you have Sunday School, you can catch it before you go. But it'll be on there, and you can watch the replay if you want to. Just enjoy having y'all with us. And then we'll do something for Sunday lunch tomorrow, won't we?
Ooh, I hadn't even thought about something.
No, Mama. If you had a thought of it, you may have changed it by now.
I know it. I do change.
That one of them has lasagna today, Mama.
No, we're not having lasagna.
I tried.
I've got to have some food. More potatoes.
When Mama says she's got to have some, what'd you say, Mama?
Food.
Real
food.
Real food. When Mama says, I got to have some real food, that means mashed potatoes. That's the only thing it really means, to be honest with you. She fixes other things with it, but anytime she uses the word, now I got to have some real food tomorrow, that means I got to have some mashed potatoes.
I thought them hash browns, those quick things, would satisfy me, but it's not, so I won't.
Did you pick you up any sour cream today?
No, I didn't stop at a
Oh,
store.
Mama.
That's the reason I didn't have a baked potato.
Well, I'll run in the morning and get you some sour cream.
No, we'll go after church if we have to.
We
If
got
I have mashed potatoes, I don't need sour cream.
Okay. So what are you gonna have with them?
I don't know. I'll come up with something.
What
Between
protein
there.
are you thinking about?
I ain't thought about protein yet.
Oh, I love it. We're going to go now before we get in all kinds of trouble. And we're going to say y'all have a blessed night. Have a good rest. Get up in the morning ready to face a new day with a whole new way of looking at things. Just be glad you was on the wake-up list in the morning.
That's
And
right.
Enjoy your rest of your weekend. Enjoy your family. Make you some memories.
Enjoy church tomorrow.
Enjoy church tomorrow. Go to the church of your choice. Join us in the morning for Sunday school, and then head on out to church. Enjoy yourselves. Life's too short not to, and you're going to spend it anyway, so you might as well spend it having a good time.
Life and enjoy.
Life, love, and live. Y'all have a great one.
Bye.
Mama, say good night. It's
Good
really
night,
good
Mama.
night now. It's like past your bedtime.
I know. Good night, Mama. God bless you all. Bye-bye.